Welcome back to the SleepyCove, here on CKRC. I'm your host, Robert Marlowe. In our last hour, we had Denise Preston on to discuss her book, Wax, a post-apocalyptic guide to mailboxes and semi-automatic weapons. Lots of food for thought, and I'm looking forward to picking that up once it comes out next month. For this set, we will be discussing genre. We also have her lines open if you want to give us a call and share your thoughts on Denise, or even request a song. Let's get started.
I love how your eyes close whenever you kiss me, and when I'm away from you, I love how you miss me. I love the way you always treat me tenderly, but darling, most of all, I love how you love me. I love how your heart beats whenever I hold you. I love how you think of me without being told. I love the way your touch is always heavenly. But darling, most of all, I love how you love me. I love how your eyes close whenever you kiss me, and when I'm away from you, I love how you miss me. I love the way your touch is always heavenly. But darling, most of all, I love how you love me. I love how you hug me. I love how you squeeze me, tease me, please me, love how you love me. I love how you love me.
That was I Love How You Love Me by the Paris Sisters. That song eludes me. When it comes to genre, I've found they're hard to define outside of the cultural landscape of any given time. To hear the sounds of older genres, you often need to look at new emerging genres because what was once rock and roll is something else completely. And rock and roll is dead. But more on that later. I asked myself the question, what would I Love How You Love Me be classified as in this day and age? And after searching for a while, I came to the conclusion that I simply don't know. What does pop music become when it's no longer popular? Pop music is an empty vessel, which offers no clues as to what you are actually listening to. That song was pop back in the day, and it isn't really the same as other girl groups of the day, including the Shangri-Las and the Ronettes. It's something different entirely. Most music that emulates girl groups tend to lean heavily into Mary Wise of the Shangri-Las, but this music is lost or simply hasn't been found yet by my ears. You'll hear a little Mary Wise and Ronnie Spector in these next tracks, starting out with Little Trouble Girl by Sonic Youth.
If you want me to,
swing my hips just like you. Smile and behave. A circle of perfection, it's what you gave. Then one day I met a guy, he stole my heart, no alibi. You said romance was a ticket to paradise. Mama, I'm not too young to try. We kissed, we hugged, we were close. Very, very close. We danced in the sand, and the water rose higher and higher, until I found myself floating in the sky. I'm sorry, Mother. I'd rather fight than have to lie.
If you want me to, I will be the one that is always good. And you'll love me too, but you'll never know what I feel inside. That I'm really bad, little trouble girl, little trouble girl.
Cross my heart and hope to die. I cannot tell a lie.
Little trouble girl, little trouble girl, little trouble girl, little trouble girl, little trouble girl.
That last song knocked me out when I first heard it. In fact, I don't even think I've recovered yet. This song is the altar to which we worship. Long live beautiful sunsets and those treks along the beach when everyone has gone to sleep. That was Best Coast with Our Deal, sporting some heavy Ronnie Spector, which is nice. Ronnie doesn't get enough love, despite being one of the greatest vocalists of our time. Ronnie died a couple months ago and no one told me. What an absolute shame. I used to be obsessed with watching the opening to Mean Streets when Martin Scorsese says,
"You don't make up for your sins in the church. You do it in the streets. You do it at home. The rest is bullshit and you know it."
And then Harvey Keitel wakes up, walks across his darkened apartment, takes a look at himself in the mirror before heading back to bed. He wipes some tears from his eyes, and just then, Be My Baby kicks in, and I hadn't seen the movie yet, but I fantasized about how absolutely incredible it must be. The Ronettes will remain in my heart forever. And now, speaking of Ronnie Spector, her ex-husband, of course being Phil Spector, notable music producer and murderer, was behind the Wall of Sound, a production technique that took a layered approach to recording. The Wall of Sound was actually quite helpful in my search for genre. What are some new songs that have the Wall of Sound? Well, I've got 2 songs queued up that might help answer that question. This is 2 Weeks by Grizzly Bear.
all the time. Reggie, he wanted to go out with her. I guess you should have introduced me first. 'Cause I was in a state of mind. And I feel the pain of the popular. I feel your pain. I love to do the body rock. Full speed, I'm feeling when I'm popular. And yet, I'm miserable tonight. 'Cause I feel the pain of the popular. I feel your pain. And I feel the pain of the popular. I feel your pain. And now I only wanna bring it down. Don't blink, just put this one in background. 'Cause I'm in a state of mind. And I feel the pain of the popular. I feel your pain. Yeah, I feel the pain of the popular. I feel your pain. And
And yet I'm miserable tonight. I count myself lucky to be one of the few people who seem to even know this band exists. I stumbled across them quite by accident, and now you get to listen to them too. They're a little hit and miss, but when they deliver, they make me feel like I'm gonna die a good death. That was The Popular by Splitsville, part of their Pet Sounds-esque record, The Complete Pet Soul. Indie rock always makes me think of bearded men with guitars howling at the moon. And now I'm thinking of Bo Burnham and getting irritated. And we've got a caller on the line, east of the Rockies. This is Danielle. Hello, Danielle.
Hi, Robert. Long-time listener, first-time caller here. Just thought I'd call in and share this song with you. It's called This Is What Makes Us Girls by Lana Del Rey. And let's just say, I think it fits really well with the theme of your show tonight. Love your show, by the way. Bye.
Remember how we used to party up all night, sneaking out, looking for a taste of real life, drinking in the small town firelight. Paps 16 and we had arrived. Walking down the streets as they whistle high, high. Stealing police cars with the senior guys. Teacher said we'd never make it out alive. There she was, my new best friend. High heels in her hands, swaying in the wind. Oh, she starts to cry, mascara running down her little Bambi eyes. Wonder how I hate those guys. This is what makes us girls. We all look for heaven and we put love first. Something that we die for, it's a curse. Don't cry about it, don't cry about it. This is what makes us girls. We won't stick together cause we put love first. Don't cry about it, don't cry about it. It's all gonna happen. And that's where the beginning of the end begun. Everybody knew that we had too much fun. We were skipping school and drinking on the job with the boss. Sweet 16 and we had arrived. Baby's table dancing at the local dive. Cheering our names in the pink spotlight. Drinking cherry schnapps in the velvet night. Yo, we used to go breaking through the hotel. Hammering, we'd swim. Running from the cops in our black bikini tops. Screaming, get us while we're hot, get us while we're hot. This is what makes us girls. We all look for heaven and we put love first. Something that we die for, it's a curse. Don't cry about it, don't cry about it. This is what makes us girls. We don't stick together cause we put love first. Don't cry about it, don't cry about it. It's all gonna happen. The prettiest in crowd that you had ever seen. Ribbons in her hair and her eyes gleamed mean. A freshman generation of degenerate beauty queens. And you know something? They were the only friends I ever had. We got into trouble and when stuff got bad, I got sent away. I was waving on the train platform, crying cause I know I'm never coming back. This is what makes us girls. We all look for heaven and we put love first. Something that we die for, it's a curse. Don't cry about it, don't cry about it. This is what makes us girls. We don't stick together cause we put love first. Don't cry about it, don't cry about it. It's all gonna happen.
Lana Del Rey is a strange one. Her music, to me, never really reflects music from the bygone eras that it evokes, yet it undeniably feels old. I'd call this type of music nostalgia music. Raised from the ashes of late Americana that never really existed. At least not like this. I'd like to thank Danielle for calling that one in. The first time I thought I'd actually caught hold of honest modern music, capturing the older sound, I was sitting in a diner. The radio played a few songs which, upon returning home and listening to them without the obfuscation of clinking cutlery and conversation, I'd realized it doesn't really sound how I thought it did. There were a few songs that played, all of them tapping into that now forgotten reef, some Arcade Fire, and Coconut Records. I heard you like Jason Schwartzman. That's a phrase that has popped into my mind countless times, and it seems to have no true origin. A phrase that possessed me to draw Jason Schwartzman in his blue suit on purple background, solemn. Coconut Records is Jason Schwartzman's band. Beforehand, Schwartzman was a songwriter and drummer for the band Phantom Planet, which we will be discussing in a future episode. Formed in 2007, Coconut Records came on the scene with the release of the now classic album Night Timing. This is one of those songs I heard in the diner, obfuscated by the clinking cutlery and conversation. This is West Coast by Coconut Records.
For a second there, I thought you disappeared. It rains a lot this time of year. Then we both go together if one falls down. I talk out loud like you're still around. No, no. And I miss you. I'm going back home to the West Coast. I wish you would have put yourself in my suitcase. I love you, standing all alone in a black coat. I miss you, I'm going back home to the West Coast. And if you shake her hard enough, she will appear. Tonight I think I'll be staying here. And you never did like this town. I talk out loud like you're still around. No, no. And I miss you. I'm going back home to the West Coast. I wish you would have put yourself in my suitcase. I love you, standing all alone in a black coat. I miss you, I'm going back home to the West Coast. Come on, everybody. Pack up the bags to beat back the clock. Do I let us sleep or should I linger up? You said we both go together if one falls down. Yeah, right. Talk out loud like you're still around. Oh, no, no. And I miss you. I'm going back home to the West Coast. I wish you would have put yourself in my suitcase. I love you, standing all alone in a black coat. I miss you, I'm going back home to the West Coast. Going back home to the West Coast. Going back home to the West Coast.
And we've got Catherine on the line calling in right now from Okinstis. Hello.
Hey, Robert. The show tonight's actually making me think of a song called Bad Habit by Your Smith. Yeah. I think it'd make a good addition. Give it a spin.
We drove until we beat the sun. From home to LA. I think we loved each other most when we were running away. We sat down at a bar to think. You said it could be
don't you ever, ever, ever change. As long as you live, you were always good at saying things like that, without much to give. I could see my door to leave, but then you asked me to dance. So I swayed along to Carole King, with my hands in your hands. I got a bad habit of smoking too much, of drinking on stage. I got a bad habit of living rich on minimum wage, of needing to go but choosing to stay, of putting it off till another day. I got a bad habit, but loving you is the worst one, is the worst one. Spent so long together, we lost sight of each other. We watched our time get carried away, refused to read the warnings, and now I spend my mornings wondering why I needed to stay. I got a bad habit of smoking too much, of drinking on stage. I got a bad habit of living rich on minimum wage, of needing to go but choosing to stay, of putting it off till another day. I got a bad habit, but loving you is the worst one, is the worst one.
That was Your Smith with Bad Habit, requested by Catherine. I'd like to thank her for calling that one in. There's a lot of bad habits spoken about in that song, including smoking too much, which I myself am guilty of. But then there's the bad habit of loving you. I think it's kind of sweet. As Led Zeppelin once put it, to be a rock and not to roll, which I feel ironically covers most of their music. What rock and roll became in the 70s and 80s doesn't have that role. It ventured too far from the path that Chuck Berry had left us. I've always heard rock and roll used to describe AC/DC, Bon Jovi, and the likes, but these are rock bands. Where is the lineage set out by the old masters? Well, I think I've found that link. This is Reminiscing by the Buttertones.
The things I
That was Make Out Point by The Frights. Both of these previous songs fall under the umbrella of surf music. There's surf punk, there's surf rock, and I see that. But to me, I also hear real, true rock and roll, to which the world has been sorely lacking. I haven't tracked the true progression of this new rock and roll, this surf stuff, but I'd say the Frights were trailblazers in their own right, blazing onto the scene in 2012 from San Diego. If you're hungry for more, give Crust Bucket a listen and tell me that doesn't make you want to dance. This has been Robert Marlowe. Thanks for staying up late with me. Maybe we have one more song left in us. It's hard to pin down what this one is. It doesn't exactly remind me of anything in particular when it comes to genres of the past. But it does conjure a time and a place. It's 1996, and you're in the backseat of your car going home. Nothing but headlights on the road and miles ahead of you. This is Recharge and Revolt by the Ravenettes.